Hello, viewers and followers of Celeb Kona KE. Let me ask you a question. What would you do to your family if you are the president of the Republic of Kenya? Or let me rephrase my question. Tuseme umekuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Ndugu yako mkubwa anaishi katika maisha ya uchochole and he lives in abject poverty. What would you do to change their life or the life of their children? Now, that is the case of let me say, that is the case of the eldest brother to President William Ruto. A story that has currently that has most of the time been hidden from the public limelight. The rug goes between President William Ruto and his eldest brother, Paul Ruto. The eldest brother to William Ruto goes by the name of Paul Ruto. It is believed that the man lives in abject poverty. He is the brother to William Ruto. And when I say a brother, he is not a step brother. They are biologically related and they are blood brothers, same father, same mother. Now, he lives in abject poverty. He does odd jobs to survive in the outskirts of Eldoret town. In an interview he did with KTN, back in the year 2020 during the campaign period, he produced old photos and ID to prove that he is indeed Ruto's brother and daughter to Mama Sarah Cheriot. I mean, and he is also a son to Mama Sarah Cheriot. Mama Sarah Cheriot is the mother to President William Ruto, which means Paul Ruto is also a son to Mama Sarah Cheriot. Paul says his young brother has always felt jealous of him because he was his parents' favorite when they were growing up. Things got worse when their father, Mzee Daniel Cheriot, died in the year 2008. William Ruto then was an MP. Being the most successful among the siblings, he decided to sell their parents' farm and relocate his mother to a house he had bought, a move that other six siblings rejected, and they had an ugly domestic squabble that ended ugly. By then, Paul was working in their farm, but since then, he was rendered jobless, and that is how he found himself in Eldoret slums, barely surviving. As for the future, he says every day is a blessing to him. He has left everything to God and he hopes one day God will remember him and get justice. Now listen. This is the tale of Paul Ruto and his younger brother William Samuel Ruto. In the year 2008, Ruto was a member of parliament in Eldoret North. This time was during the period when the clashes between the Kalejins and the Kikuyus were on high alert. Remember the 208 post-election violence. Now, that was the time that their father died, Mzee Daniel Cheriot. That is when he died. Now, after his death, William Ruto, being the most successful among the family members, had bought a land in Sugon, where his home is built right now. And then he had also bought a house there, kwa sababu kijana alikuwa na pesa. So he thought of it. Their father had a very big land. Na kulingana na mila na itikadi na desturi za Wakaleji, on how land is divided among kids by their fathers or their family, inakuanga hivi. The eldest is always the father's favorite. The eldest and is always the family's favorite. Huwa anapewa the first priority. If you have 20 acres of land, na uko na 5 sons, they always give about 8 acres to the firstborn. Then the remaining 12 can be divided either in 4 or 3 acres among the other siblings. So, because Ruto knew that was the move that would be pulled when his father died, what he told the family, what we will do, we will sell the daddy's land, tugawane pesa, kwa sababu money pesa haitatuletea shida kugawana, tutajua tumeuza milioni 50, tunaweza gawana milioni 5. you know. But Paul and the other siblings wakakataana na move ya Ruto. But since Ruto has remained to be a bulldozer even since back in the days, he has remained to be a bulldozer. So he went ahead kuuza land, akamove mama yake, akajengea mama yake nyumba, a very luxurious home. So the mother wouldn't say no to the son. And remember, huyu ndiye yule kijana mdogo, so he was the second last. So wakati alijengewa boma na akapewa maisha mazuri na mwanawe, mama aliweka sahihi ya kuweza kuachilia shamba iuzwe, and the land was sold. So after the land was sold, so Ruto baada akaamua kuuza shamba na mama akakubali kuweka sahihi, the mother akaweka signature ya shamba iuzwe, so shamba ikapata kuuzwa. But remember, the eldest brother, that is Paul, alikuwa anafanya kazi kwa hii shamba, alikuwa analima kwa hii shamba yao, and that is where alikuwa analelea watoto wake pale, because he was the eldest. And you know, yeye alikuwa na kichwa ngumu, na alikuwa anampinga duguye in every move that he made. Ruto decided, you know what, I'm not going to deal with you, I'm going to, wewe ndiye tutaacha nje. The rest of the family walipata pesa, and the rest of the family also became close with their brother who was close to power, and that is how they went ahead to benefit from the Ruto's regime as an MP, as a deputy president, and right now as a president. But Paul pamoja na familia yake, they were left out as outcast in the Ruto's family regime and in the Ruto's lineage. So after if it's not that their father died, if it's not that Ruto's father died, Paul would live to be the heir of the Ruto's family land, ile shamba ya nini. Another thing also, according to the intel that we have, back when Ruto was a student at the UOL, Paul opposed the money or the sale of a land that was sold to at least give Ruto a chance to study or a chance to further his education in the university. So Ruto has held it as a grudge against this guy or his elder brother, that huyu ni wale hawakuwa, huyu ni mmoja kati ya wale ambao walikuwa wananitakia mabaya since back in the days. If it's not that my father took the step of selling the land and educating me, ningekuwa naishi kama maskini huko Eldoret nikifanya kazi za mkono, kwa sababu if my father would have listened to my elder brother, I would be having nothing to show for it right now. I wouldn't be the president of the Republic of Kenya. So Ruto believes if it's not that his brother, if the father had listened to the brother, then angekuwa mahali alipo sahi. And that is why the beef still reigns on and the beef still lives on. It is believed hata watoi wa Paul, the Ruto's family has nothing to do with them. Ile kama jinsi ambavyo mnaona wakipewa makawe, the family inapeanga watu makazi and there, yeye he has never used his power or influence to make sure that he rewards or gives a job or through his connection to acquire a job for his nephews and nieces ambao ni watoto wa Paul Ruto. Aliwaachia, nyinyi ishini maisha yenu na nyinyi sisi mtuache tuishi yetu. Unaelewa? So the question is, this man has always advocated for forgiveness and all that. Why couldn't he do that to his own blood? Kama angesamea ndugu yake wa damu, mnadhani atamsamea Rigathi Gachagua right now that impeachment is looming? Nyinyi wenyewe mnajikanganya sana, mnajikanganya by the way. Ruto is not a man that forgives. Huyu is not that those for nitasamea na nisahau. No, that is for you. That is for you, not for Ruto. Yes. And I compare the same case of Ruto with a case of late President Mzee Mwai Kibaki and his eldest sister, who went by the name of Waitherero. Waitherero was Mwai Kibaki's sister. Not only was she Mwai Kibaki's sister, she was the handler of Mwai Kibaki when their parents died. So she took care of Mwai Kibaki mpaka Kibaki akakuwa mkubwa. But when Kibaki became the president, Waitherero got nothing out of it. She never benefited with anything from the Kibaki regime. But she lived to love her brother. Alipenda ndugu yake sana. Until even when Kibaki died, the sister was on the forefront. Kuweza kumuomboleza, she seemed so heartbroken that the family legacy had gone down because Kibaki had died. And it was not long that Kibaki died. Then after a few months, also the sister died. That is why Derero. Yeah, I always compare the same case with these of Ruto and his brother Paul. What is your take on this story? Achia comment yako kwenye comment section. See you in our next video.